You know, when I was a kid, I used to think you lived forever. When I was a kid, I used to believe boys grew up to be footballers. And when I was a kid, I didn't really understand the difference between Barbies and action men. Because to me, they were both toys. And I played with both of them. They're basically just action figures or dolls. And I didn't really understand that one was meant for boys, one was meant for girls. I just played with all of them, you know? Same with like dressing up, you know? I used to have a Spider-Man outfit. I love that Spider-Man outfit. I had a Thunderbirds one as well as a kid. But if I saw like a girl's dress, I didn't really understand that that was meant just for a girl. So hell, I'd put that on as well. I didn't really understand. I was like 3 years old at the time. I was like, yeah, dressing up. That's what kids do. But maybe it's just me, but anyway. You know, when I was a kid, I used to think everyone used the same currency as well. And when I found out that I didn't, I thought it was all the same value as well. And I thought when you started football, no matter how old you were, you had to start in under 5s. So if you were like 8 or 9 years old, you had to start in the under 5s if you were doing football. And I believed also when I was a kid that my parents had hidden cameras around my house, as they knew everything that I was doing. I remember one time, I think I dropped something on the roof, because in my room, the window went out onto this kind of like conservatory roof ledge type thing. And I actually jumped on there, but apparently I found out that it was one of my neighbors had actually seen me on the roof and told my parents. But, you know, when I was a kid, during year 2, I was assigned a team during the '98 World Cup to support, you know, like a competition. The winner got some sort of prize, and it was all completely random who got the team, and I got Argentina. So when Argentina were playing England, I was supporting Argentina, because I didn't really understand that, you know, England's my country. It's where I'm born and bred, and that's who I support. You know, obviously I'm England till I die. But at the time, I was just like, it's a football team. I don't really understand the difference. Football teams are football teams. But that's the innocence of a kid. And when I was a kid, I thought people in your class had to be your best friend. And I also thought your birthday was only your birthday. No one else was born on that day. And when I was a kid, I also thought there was air in space. And I believed I was going to live forever, you know, with my best mates, and live with them in a house together. And play Mario Kart day in and day out. And when I was a kid, I didn't really understand the difference between color or race. I just saw a person, you know, they were whoever they were called, and they did whatever they were doing, and they were just another human being learning how to not eat glue. You know, I used to think I had the Force. If I ever thought I wanted something to happen, all of a sudden it did. I thought I was Luke Skywalker or something. And when I was a kid, I used to believe that toys were alive, like in Toy Story. So if you left the room, they suddenly came to life, and then as soon as you came back, they knew, and they went back to being lifeless. And I used to have a tooth on the roof of my mouth when I was a kid, and I thought that was completely normal as well. And when I was a kid, I used to think buses all went the same direction, no matter what side of the road you got it from. I also believed that throwing a bowling ball in the air would increase your chances of getting a strike. And I didn't really like drinking from a bottle at football in case mud got in it. I'm pretty OCD when it comes to hygiene and germs and stuff like that. I thought you should know that. I used to let my brother as well play games for me, and I would watch, sorry, as I didn't want to lose or face the hard bosses. And I thought a ghost was watching me sleep at night because I could see shadows on the wall. And when I was a kid, I thought me and my best friend would always be together forever. You know, it's funny when you're a kid, you think of all these little things that... Well, you don't even think about all these little things, but as an adult, you look back and you're like, wow, I can't believe how naive I was. And didn't really understand what was going on. Like, these things that I thought would never change or had no significance really have quite a large significance on society these days. You know, the race thing, the gender stuff, really does impact today, whereas back when you're a kid, it doesn't mean anything. Thought that might be something you should think about over the weekend. Hope you have a good one. I'll see you later.